The blind blue heeler dog fell in front of our gate. My humans were arriving at our house when they came across a little dog eating the leftover cat food that was on our sidewalk. He was so hungry that he was even licking the ground. When my humans saw the little dog's whitish eyes, they got scared and realized that something was very wrong with his health. They put a bowl of dog food out for him, and while he was easing his intense hunger, Cocorico scheduled a vet appointment so he could be examined. The little dog was very dirty, smelly, panting, and covered in ticks. My humans, not understanding anything, decided to check the security cameras to see how the poor little guy ended up there. It turns out the cameras didn't record how or where the little furry one came from. He just suddenly appears eating the food right at our door. It seems like God dropped him from the sky right at our gate, and by coincidence or not, my parents arrived at the exact moment he was there. Maybe if it had been before or after, they would never have seen this little angel. Waiting for help on our sidewalk after drinking plenty of water and eating, it was time to take him to the veterinarian, because it was clear that his health was in very poor condition. With care and a bit of concern that he might be an aggressive little guy, my dad Diego handled him. And there we realized how gentle he is. He just wanted to be noticed and cared for. When we arrived at the clinic, he was weighed, and he weighed 17 kilos. As a precaution, they put a muzzle on him. After all, we didn't know how he would behave during the appointment. The doctor examined his eyes and found out that he had old corneal ulcers that had already healed. A fluorescent strip test was also done. It was identified that the nasolacrimal duct is blocked and there is irritation in both eyes. The little furry one also had a fever. Blood was collected for tests, and unfortunately it came back positive for Ehrlichiosis, which is tick-borne disease. That's one of the reasons why his eyes are so vascularized. His organs are also swollen, especially the spleen. Right there at the clinic, he already took medicine to kill all the fleas and ticks present on his furry body. My humans also bought an anti-parasitic medication for me to take. The veterinarian prescribed medication to treat the tick-borne disease for 28 days and eye drops for my eyes. The poor little guy must have been in a lot of pain since his health is in a very bad state. He found us just in time for us to change his life before it was too late. Leaving the clinic, we had a big problem to solve. Where is the great warrior going to stay until he recovers from Ehrlichiosis? Here at my house, having him here isn't an option. I already have myself and the cats, so it would be too risky to bring him here, because he could transmit the disease through an infected tick. We racked our brains trying to find someone who didn't have any pets, so that it could be his temporary home. And nothing. That's when Cocorico remembered the empty house that Diego's aunt owns. A house where no one has lived for many years. And as soon as we asked to borrow her house to take care of Vittorioso there, she agreed right away. God is so great that he even has a purpose for an abandoned house. Imagine what he can do with your life. Oh, glory! This house existed all this time to be a place of healing and miracles in the life of this fighter. Since the house was as dirty as the big guy, both needed to be cleaned. So we took Toto to the groomer for a bath. And while his fur was being cleaned, Camula did a thorough cleaning of the house to welcome its newest guest. Who would bring color and life to this home? Coco made a 40-minute vlog telling every detail of this story, and she posted it on my YouTube channel. You should watch it there later, too. With the house clean, it was time to pick up the no longer stinky guy. Guys, he looked great, smelled nice, and was all clean. He behaved really well during the bath. He even wore a little bow tie. Now he will spend the next few days in his foster home until he recovers 100%. He is taking his medication properly. You just have to put it in his food mixed with the wet food, and he swallows it all at once without even tasting the medicine. Poor little guy. He has such an appetite and desire to eat that he doesn't even care about the pills. The part he likes the least is when it's time to put in the eye drops. But even though it's uncomfortable, he still lets us do it. We're also giving him supplements. Because we want to see this handsome warrior strong, nourished, and healthy, we're giving him omega-3, which is a natural anti-inflammatory vision up to improve the health of his eyes, and Food, which contains prebiotics and probiotics, vitamins, and amino acids to give his body a boost. All the supplements are from OrganAct, our dear partner who is always taking care of the animals we rescue. The next steps are to take him for an abdominal ultrasound to check his organs, and also to a veterinary ophthalmologist. My humans will go there to spend some time with him and take care of him 3 times a day. And in the future, when he is healed, he will finally have a responsible and loving family that loves and cares for him as he always deserved. So if you are interested and committed to caring for and honoring the life and story of this blessed one, send a message to the profile Arthur Guerrero Blue Healer on Instagram or TikTok. Let's come together to give this warrior a dignified, happy, healthy life full of love. That's what he deserves. Like, save, comment, and share this video a lot until we find the perfect family for the great and blessed Thor.